Underwriting for the Visionaries was provided by the China United States Exchange Foundation, PetSmart Charities, Healthcare Service Corporation, a mutual legal reserve company, FJC, a foundation of philanthropic funds, and the following.
Visionaries is proud to present its 17th season on public television. Sometimes you read the paper and watch the news, and it seems like there's more bad news than good in the world. But you know what? It's just not true.
I at least can hold on to something, that there's something, maybe it's small, but there's something that I'm doing to make a difference.
It's just a feeling that you have. If you can help people, you have to. There's no alternative.
Every child has potential that we just can't know. And so, to my mind, that's what we're doing. We are saving potential for the future.
Hi, I'm Sam Waterston. Being a lawyer is about more than prosecuting criminals. It's about using the law to serve and protect the good guys, too. The New York Legal Assistance Group, or NYLAG, provides free legal services to low-income New Yorkers in civil cases. Serving seniors, domestic violence victims, and others, NYLAG helps ensure that every New Yorker, rich or poor, gets equal justice under the law.
My name is Abayeva Yulia. I was born in Uzbekistan. And when I was 13 years old, I fell in love with one guy. He was my prince, everything. I immigrated to United States as his wife. But a couple years later, he became very, very different person. Little by little, he start controlling me. When I came to America, I was abused by my husband a lot. After I got pregnant, he started hit me very bad. He bought special boots. This is boots for my body, to hitting me. I called to one lawyer. He said, I cannot help you, I just can give you advice. Record your body and take any newspaper and show the date. One day when he left, I took camera and I record everything. I hide the tape because I knew in case if he killed me, they're gonna investigate his apartment. And I knew they're gonna find this tape. My doctor who used to watch my pregnancy, he was ready to call police. I was asking, please don't. Because if you call police, I could do it a long time ago, but I can't because he told me, my husband told me, if I'm gonna call police, so he is gonna take care of my parents. Take care, you understand what I'm talking about. And I was really afraid for my parents' life. And I was very, very lonely. I was, you know, you have no idea. At that time, I didn't know that this country can help abuse.
Good afternoon, New York Legal Assistance Group. How may I help you?
NILAG, the New York Legal Assistance Group, was founded in 1990 to provide free, quality civil legal services to those individuals unable to afford private counsel. So we're talking about services ranging from access to government-funded healthcare programs, landlord-tenant issues. We're continuously looking for unmet civil legal services needs. It's our search for unmet needs which has taken us into the area of helping those with mortgage foreclosure, helping those with disabilities, helping those who are suffering from cancer and other chronic illnesses, helping those who are in need of home care, and victims of domestic violence. We'll also hopefully be doing work with hospitals and others with chronically ill, and certainly there's going to be a lot of work for everyone to do and a lot of clients. The near poor and the working poor are particularly vulnerable because their income is too great, believe it or not, it's too high to qualify for a free civil legal services attorney from one of the federally funded offices. Right now, except in certain special cases, the federal rules are that if your income is above 125% of the federal poverty level, which is for a family of four is about $22,000, you will not qualify for a free government lawyer from one of the federally funded offices.
Counsel to the New York Legal Assistance Group, 450 West.
We're able to help these individuals because we don't apply for, nor do we receive, any Federal Legal Services Corporation funding.
It's access to legal help that enables people to get access to the other programs, the public assistance benefits, the housing benefits, the Medicaid and other income support benefits. Those programs were created to help people with low income. But agencies that are supposed to be enforcing them often don't make that their highest priority, partly because it's expensive and partly because people with low income don't have the most power to enforce them.
That's where NILAG and its staff come to help out our clients.
I was born in China, and I came here when I was 11. When I was 8 months old, I had polio, and then I became disabled. Polio attacks your immune system, and then other part of your body just becomes dead. My parents were not able to afford a wheelchair for me. Because I didn't have a wheelchair, I developed scoliosis, so there's a curvature of my back. I think a lot of people take for granted just to have friends and to go out with friends and to even just to have people they call a normal life, I guess, you know.
I first met Faye at the very end of 2005. At that time, she was receiving home care already, but in an amount that was insufficient to meet her needs.
I need someone to help me at night to move, and just to even to use the restroom. I was developing a lot of sore because I wasn't able to move.
She's in constant pain. At night, she needs to be repositioned in her bed fairly frequently to alleviate that pain.
I never thought about suing the city. That was, it's kind of scary because, why would you go against the city,
She contacted NILAG when she was being refused an increase in the number of her home care hours. And she had already requested a fair hearing to challenge that denial, but she had not yet had a hearing, and she felt she needed representation at the hearing. And Ben Taylor, who does our home care work, agreed to represent her at the hearing. He shortly after that came to me as the head of the special litigation unit and said, I have 4 or 5 or 6 clients who've requested fair hearings to challenge denials, terminations, or reductions of their home care, and who aren't getting their fair hearings in time. There's a federal law which says that if you request a fair hearing, that the system is supposed to provide you the fair hearing, issue a decision, and comply with the decision within 90 days. More than 90 days had passed, and the client had not had her fair hearing, and many other clients were in exactly the same situation. It was a classic situation for redress through a class action. Class action lawsuits are a vehicle for representing 40, 10,000, 100,000, 3 million people at once. And they're useful for obtaining relief on behalf of an entire group of people who are similarly situated.
I talked to Ben, and then he explained to me that there are other people like myself that are in the same situation. I remember him saying that, you know, your representation means that, you know, you can start something that that other people are afraid of. Whether that I was being brave for other people, or I just wanted, I know I have no choice and I have to do it.
In 2010, the federal court issued a very good decision saying that the state had clearly violated the law and that they have to improve their practice. Well, as soon as we filed the case, the defendants agreed to give her immediately the care she'd requested.
As a result of that, she's obviously in less pain, which was the main thing, which is wonderful. But she also re-enrolled in college.
It's very sad, like a time that I see people who are just give up on themselves, and I don't want to do that. And I wanted to try to make the best out of it, you know. I came a long way through to be who I am.
Michael, that's a good girl.
People ask me, like, what makes NILAG so special? One of the things I always say right away is we have a holistic approach to providing services. Oftentimes, a client will come to us and they're a domestic violence victim, and the lawyer meeting with them will realize, hey, look, they have an issue with their landlord, or they need some life estate planning. They don't have a will. They need a health care proxy.
So she got it, and it coincides with when she moved into this apartment. Entonces empezó el FEPS cuando se
That NILAG lawyer that does that central intake will refer that client to all other parts of NILAG to make sure that all of their legal needs are holistically met. We have partners, close working relationships with other agencies to whom we can refer those clients.
We've had a clinic here at St. Luke's for about 8 or 9 years, and it's part of NILAG's medical legal partnership. We complement medical care with legal care by bringing the law office directly into the hospital where patients are receiving their medical care.
The Medicaid we use to pay the co-pay.
We have clinics in 16 different hospitals or healthcare facilities in New York.
Everything's fine in the apartment? Okay.
We train the physicians and healthcare workers, the social workers, about the non-medical issues facing their patients' lives. If the client says, I wasn't at my last 3 appointments because my Medicaid was cut off, the doctors refer them to the legal clinic.
Good morning, Valerio. How are you? Good to see you again. Thanks for coming.
Nice to see you again.
So there's a couple of things that I wanted to follow up with you on. When Valerio first came to us last year, he had just received notice that his Medicaid was going to be cut off.
Valerio is a man who worked his entire adult life. He's always been able to provide for himself and his family, and then at the age of 54, he got sick.
He had been on Medicaid because he was receiving supplemental security income, which is disability income for a low-income individual. In the next couple months, he was rolling on to Social Security disability benefits, which was going to increase his income above the Medicaid income limits. And in all likelihood, we're going to withdraw the hearing. Because now
if Medicaid had stopped his benefits, Valerio would have not been able to get his medications. And without the medications, he would have gotten worse, and maybe very quickly. And that could have been a life and death situation.
He has serious medical conditions. He has a liver disease, and he is currently on the liver transplant list, and if he became uninsured, he would not be able to remain on that list.
I was afraid that we were going to have to sit down at home and just stay there until the liver say, I can't go anymore without medications and without treatment, and I would have died. I would have passed away there.
I referred Valerio to NILAG because he was a patient who was doing everything right. He was on top of his medications, but because of his inability to work and his disability from the illness, he was having to make some impossible choices, life and death decisions. And NILAG was able to really put those pieces back together.
Our first priority was really getting him continued Medicaid. So the way that we did that is we set up a trust for him. And basically what that does is take the excess income and it puts it into a protected trust, and he can make payments through the trust for certain things like his rent, his bills. So his income is still protected, but Medicaid acknowledges this trust as separating that excess income.
Espero que después del trasplante cambie la situación y todo vuelva a la normalidad como antes. Todos estamos esperando por ese momento. Seguiré ayudándolo hasta que salga de todo.
It's just tremendous, the work we do and how we help clients. And sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes our clients die. Hopefully, sometimes they die before we reach legal resolution, and that's very hard. So you have to take the successes like Valerio and cherish those, and that's what keeps us going and keeps our incredible staff going.
Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
When I got birth, my husband was present. I come back home with my daughter, and the first 2-3 weeks was not bad. But after 2-3 weeks, my dreams was broken up totally. I've said to myself, I'm gonna give him, this is the last chance. And again, he started hit me every single day, very, very bad. One day he was very, very angry, unbelievable, again, hitting, beating. He took my hair and he started bringing me to the balcony. I was holding like this and he was pushing me like this. I said, Julia, be strong, another minute and that's it. Everything gonna be fine. I don't wanna die, I don't wanna die. And another minute, knock on the door. Police, open the door. They ask me, what happened? And me, I'm afraid to talk because I see his eyes. They ask me, can you show us your body? I said, okay. I took out. I saw the doctors, everybody was tearing, How you can hit a woman this way? A woman who just got birth. I said, I can't let this guy destroy my life. I left my husband, it was 2005. Me and my daughter was from shelter to shelter, from problem to problem. I went to the community center and they contact me with NILAG.
What is important about NILAG, that we have lawyers and paralegals who speak hundreds of languages, and they are from different countries and different cultural background. And of course it helps to understand the needs of our clients much better.
If you have a translator of that culture, that's just additional pressure.
I met Yulia at a community center out in the Russian-speaking area of Brooklyn. I, as part of one of my programs at NILAG, do consultations and take cases from the Russian-speaking community. Involved with her. She had recently had an encounter with her husband and had filed for a civil order of protection. Before she came to New York Legal Assistance Group, Yulia did try to get help, but because she didn't speak English and she didn't have Russian-speaking attorneys, she was not able to keep going with her case. She's supposed to testify. As of now, I think I'm the only advocate in New York City who speaks Russian and specifically works with the domestic violent immigrant community.
Immigrants are more vulnerable to domestic violence. And the question is why?
We see many, many cases of immigrant families, and they often are very cautious about bringing complaints to law enforcement or to authorities for fears of perhaps affecting their immigration status.
When I came to NILAG, and how much I saw their eyes, how much they are not hungry, that how much they ready to help me. Kirsten Bratsky, when we used to have a court, she was shaking like this because she was stressed, she was worrying about me.
One full order protection and one limited order.
I brought the tape when I record my body, when he used to hit me. It was included as evidence, which is very important. And we won case. Great.
Yulia currently has a full order of protection, which directs her husband to stay away from her and her daughter. She also has full custody, and her husband isn't having visitation. As an attorney, we're problem-focused. We're solving the next problem. For somebody who's in crisis, it's nice to have a case like Yulia's where you can see the end of the road. Since this case has been over, her daughter has really blossomed, and Yulia's life has really changed in that she doesn't have to look over her shoulder all the time. She's creating a new world for herself.
It's extremely gratifying for me to see a client flourish because of help that she received from NILAG. It makes me proud of what I do.
This is why I do what I do. It's great. To help the clients the way that we do, it's just amazing.
I don't think I ever thought about getting to this point at all. Definitely not when I was a farm girl. Not even when I first landed in New York. Back then, it's just so far. But yet I'm there. Life is very rewarding right now because I'm able to make something out of myself.
When I came to this country, I was like mice in the trap, you know? And now I'm in the bird in the sky. That's what I feel. Freedom.
In the last year alone, NILAG served nearly 54,000 individuals. It also helped hundreds of thousands more through successful class action litigation.
So
'cause every dream deserves a chance to live forever. Join the flow, the stream of all ideas, in the search to find to come to some solution. You're not alone, 'cause every dream deserves a chance to live forever. Every dream deserves a chance to live forever. Join the flow, the stream of all ideas, in the search to find to come to some solution. You're not alone, 'cause every dream deserves a chance to live forever.
Underwriting for the Visionaries was provided by the China United States Exchange Foundation, PetSmart Charities, Healthcare Service Corporation, a mutual legal reserve company, FJC, a foundation of philanthropic funds, and the following.